Hi there. Is Worldcoin legitimate or is it a scam? This week, we have all seen Worldcoin, the new cryptocurrency project, trend in almost all the countries. Reason being, Worldcoin went live or was launched on the 24th of July this year. That's in the course of this week. And of course, at the time of launching, we were talking about it already having had over 2 million people on board or users on board from its trial in 20 countries. And with that, we saw Worldcoin go live in 20 countries. And by the way, this went live with regards to digital currency. With regards to unique ID, it went live in more than 20 countries. Guys, at the time it was going live, we were talking about it already having had 143 coins in circulation at the close of the trial time. And we are talking about this particular crypto project aiming to have about 10 billion coins in circulation in the next 15 years. Guys, this is quite a unique cryptocurrency in that its philosophy is a bit different from the over 22,000 cryptocurrencies which we have out there. Reason being, it aims to create a world whereby it can identify unique human beings. And by the way, it's gonna do this while also preserving their privacy through a unique World ID. World ID is the anchoring thing of this cryptocurrency. And optionally, in other countries out there where the law allows, also have digital currency, WLD. Of course, in countries like, for example, the US, this is a challenge, but once data issues are streamlined, also people in the US can be able to have the digital currency WLD. And the awesome thing about this is that actually it rewards you token for simply being human. Of course, you need to reserve a particular grant for you to be able to get some of these tokens for simply being human. That tells you it's also attempting to achieve global scale alignment with regards to identity and also appreciating human beings out there. You might be thinking, why is this unique? Guys, there are some unique questions which this particular cryptocurrency project is aiming to at least bring solution forth with regards to human identity. Like, for example, how can we distinguish human beings from the loads and loads of AI solutions online? Artificial intelligence has taken over, and we are seeing bots all over executing some tasks. How can we be able to distinguish human beings from bots? And beyond that, also, how do we do that while doing something very important called preserving one's unique identity? In other words, can we have your identity being very confidential, preserved, and also be able to execute all these kind of transactions you're talking about in a way that you can be identifiable? And also beyond that, this particular cryptocurrency is looking at, for example, how can we enhance financial inclusivity and equity out there? Through simple things like, for example, even being able to transfer money globally for free using key tokens or cryptos out there, like, for example, converting to USDC. How can we be able to transact for free? That aside, I have taken time to go through its white paper in details for you to be able to understand what this cryptocurrency is. So the next few minutes, I'm going to take you through the details of the white paper for you to know what it is anchored on. By the way, if you like this kind of videos I'm making, kindly consider subscribing to this channel. Subscribe, because I'm out here each and every day bringing you awesome videos around money, investing, and also showing you place. Having said that, a white paper is basically the constitution of any cryptocurrency out there. And of course, all the major cryptocurrencies out there, like, for example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, you name it, have white papers. With that also, we are talking about this Worldcoin having its own white paper. Of course, there are those crypto projects out there, like, for example, Cardano, which don't have white paper, but they are backed by a crazy foundation, which is doing awesome things and also on a very strong network. But this specific one called Worldcoin has its own white paper. The mission of Worldcoin is creating a globally inclusive identity and financial network owned by majority of humans. Guys, that's why we are talking about is intending to have 10 billion Worldcoins in circulation. And by the way, these are gonna be held, the majority of it, by unique and identifiable human beings. It is quite awesome because when you are signing, you can be able to redeem grants, in other words, token, for simply being a human being, okay? And then you might be wondering, what is the end goal of all this? The end goal is two things. First of all, to increase economic opportunity. And I'm going to expand on this at a later stage on this video. And then secondly, scale up reliable solutions that distinguish human beings from AI bots out there. That's why we see these things called hobbies. People go out there to look at the hobbies and then they have their eyeballs scanned. Once it's scanned, that is going to be your unique ID, is going to be generated from that. Of course, there is something which also ensures your image is deleted, but your uniqueness is retained. And that is going to be your unique ID. No one can forge that. That is what Worldcoin stands for. You might be wondering, what protocol anchors Worldcoin? Out here, we have seen different cryptocurrencies being anchored by different protocols. Like, for example, proof of work, proof of stake, you name it. This particular cryptocurrency is anchored by something called proof of personhood. In other words, the unique world ID, which actually ensures it preserves your digital identity and also ensures no one out there can copy it or forge it. That's the first thing which anchors this particular cryptocurrency with regards to protocol. And then secondly, it has the WLD, the digital currency of the Worldcoin, which is actually a share of WLD for simply being human. You can be able to redeem this token once you have signed up and also verified your unique identity. With regards to its front end, we are talking about users out there being able to utilize an application called World App for them to be able to partake in this awesome project. You might be wondering, is it secure? Or do we have any security risks? Guys, my own looking at this particular white paper and also having installed this particular application, I think it is quite secure. And that's so because this token is a layer 2 Ethereum-based cryptocurrency, which is actually anchored on the Ethereum network. If you know about cryptocurrency, Ethereum network is one of the most secure networks within the cryptocurrency because we have tens and tens of cryptocurrencies which are actually anchored on the Ethereum network. So also, this particular cryptocurrency is anchored on the Ethereum blockchain, which actually ensures that it is very secure. But of course, as I mentioned, it has its own unique economy, as you're gonna see. Okay? With regards to its assumptions, it is developed using multiple assumptions. And I'm saying so because any solution out there is aimed to achieve a given problem. Of course, people form hypotheses before they try to come up with solutions. So this particular cryptocurrency is anchored on 3 assumptions, what essentially led to it being developed. Assumption number 1 is that proof of personhood is missing. And actually, it is proof of personhood going together with the relevant digital primitives. Guys, we are talking about us having a challenge at this particular point in time with regards to being able to prove personhood out here. And I'm saying so because even with advanced, for example, bots in the AI space, even things like, for example, captchas are actually able to be executed with bots. So how do we prove personhood in a very unique way, and even so have the programming or digital footprint which can be relied upon? In other words, the digital primitive. That is the assumption number 1 which anchors this project. And then the second assumption is that scalability with proof of personhood is a gap. Fair enough, because also this is actually I read on the first point I've discussed. And then the third assumption is that increasing powerful AI models out here, AI tools out here are a threat to human beings, which is actually fair too, because we are all seeing AI models out here being able to execute what human beings can execute way fast in a click of a button. But even so, there are those things out here which will require human beings to do. Can we be able to differentiate those from AI models? That's the other assumption which anchors this particular cryptocurrency. Okay? And then you could be wondering, I have all throughout been talking about there being privacy and also unique identification. How is your privacy guaranteed? Of course, as I've told you, the model of verifying is people going out there to stare at that big globe called Orbit, where their image is taken, and then there is some computations happening behind the scenes to actually generate for them a unique world ID. Their privacy, that world ID privacy, is guaranteed via a method called zero knowledge proofs, which is actually a biometric approach to it, which in essence scans your eyeball to actually ensure you are very unique. And the fascinating thing is that there have been methodologies out here around zero knowledge proof, in that there is no info around you. Like for example, your image is going to be deleted as soon as you get a unique ID, because a computation behind the scene is going to ensure you have a unique ID, and then your image is going to be deleted. In other words, no one will be able to identify you, but this particular lying algorithm is going to be able to actually know it is you through your unique ID. And by the way, this has been used over years. It's been there for about 30 years. The concept of zero knowledge proofs. In other words, how can we know it is you by you just saying it is you without really asking for much information, or even so storing much information about you? That is one thing. And then the second thing which assists also anchor privacy is that it actually assists enable avoiding of impersonification. In other words, people out there shouldn't impersonate you because you have your own unique ID. And also secondly, in case, for example, you lose your gadget, you lose your device, you lose your mobile phone, also you can't be able to regain your personhood, because this particular Orbis is going to scan your eyeball and actually identify your unique ID by also evoking its own algorithm, which ensures your privacy and no image of yours is retained. Having said that, you could be wondering, all these science are spoken about, all this tech, what is the applicability or application of this particular cryptocurrency? First of all, there is potential application in finance, in that it's going to assist transform how money moves digitally. Digital currency movement is going to be transformed, and also we're going to see reduction in transaction costs out there once unique human beings going to be transacting with other unique human beings. Okay. Secondly, we're going to see its application in identification. We can be able to keep bots out of systems, because right now bots are actually having a ride. With the advancements in AI models out there, bots are actually being used left, right, center. With there being unique human ID, then bots are gonna be kept out there in scenarios where we don't need bots. And then lastly, also, we're gonna see application of this particular proof of personhood in the intersection of finance and unique identification. In things like, for example, governance. How can you, for example, think about, for example, being able to vote digitally 100% because we all have unique IDs? Those are some of the areas where we can possibly see this particular solution or project being applied to. Having said that, do I think Worldcoin is legit or is a scam? Personally, I think it is legit, and in fact, is bound to change how we view uniqueness of human beings out there over the years. Of course, it needs larger buy-in for it to have scale, but this is a good starting point which can actually change multiple industries out there. Have you understood what Worldcoin is all about? And also, Do you think it has good application globally? Share your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let's continue discussing there. Cheers, guys, and I look forward to share with you other awesome videos next time. Bye-bye, and you all take care.